Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today we are taking a close look at 4 Roosevelt dimes that many people overlook, but can be worth surprising big money, especially in high grade or with special era varieties. We will explore the 1981p, 1989p, 1995p and 1996p Roosevelt dimes, all minted in Philadelphia. While these coins entered circulation in huge numbers, very few survive today in GEM mint state with strong details. That's what makes them valuable, and why collectors pay top dollar for the cleanest, brightest, and sharpest examples. Let's get started. First up, the 1981 P. Roosevelt dime is part of the long-running Roosevelt series, first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By 1981, the U.S. Mint was producing these dimes with the modern copper-nickel composition, but even with modern minting technology, not all examples came out perfect. This is why collectors especially target uncirculated 1981p coins, because a flawless or near flawless example represents the very best of what the mint produced that year. Even though circulation strikes are common, high-grade uncirculated examples are surprisingly more desirable than many casual collectors realize. In fine detail, the obverse of the 1981 P dime features Roosevelt's profile with sharp details in the hair, cheekbone and neckline. The mint mark P appears just above the date, and for uncirculated pieces the letters Liberty and IN, God We Trust, should still appear sharp and untouched. The reverse displays the torch of liberty, the olive branch of peace, and the oak branch of strength. In uncirculated condition, the leaves, branch, veins and torch flame should all have clear definition. These small details are where grading companies like and focus when assigning high mint state grades like MS65, MS66 or even MS67. Now let's talk about mintage. In 1981, the Philadelphia Mint produced more than 700 million Roosevelt dimes, making this a high mintage year. But remember, mintage does not equal the survival rate. Thousands, even millions of coins were worn down in circulation, damaged, scratched, or thrown into coin machines. Finding one that has never been spent, never picked up circulation marks, and still displays original mint luster is much harder than people think. This is why uncirculated, brilliant examples of the 1981 P dime have become a mini treasure for those who know where to look. Let's focus on value. A regular circulated 1981 P dime is worth only face value 10 cents, but your coin is in an uncirculated condition, which changes everything. In raw, uncirculated form, these coins typically sell for $2 to $6, depending on how clean and lustrous they are, but when graded by the price can climb much higher. MS65 examples often sell for $10 to $20, while MS66 pieces sell in the $30 to $45 range. The real premium is reserved for the elite MS67 grade, those extremely rare, almost perfect examples which can sell from $100 to $180, depending on the market and demand. The highest auction results have even reached above $200 for top-tier examples. Collectors love this coin not only for its condition of rarity, but also for the interesting era varieties that exist. For 1981, some dimes from this year show off-center strikes, die cracks, filled die lettering and missing torch details on the reverse. While your coin does not need an error to be valuable, pairing uncirculated condition with an error can multiply its value dramatically. Error plus quality coins often create bidding wars on online auction platforms, especially when photographed clearly with full luster showing. This year is also notable because the U.S. Mint was transitioning into a new era of more precise coinage, so any imperfections that slipped through production stand out to collectors. The 1981 P dime symbolizes a moment in American minting when Technology and mass production were both expanding, but quality control was still developing. Uncirculated survivors from this year are a snapshot of that transition, and collectors of modern U.S. coinage often include 1981 in their priority search lists for building complete mint state Roosevelt dime sets. If you have one of these coins, proper handling is vital. Never clean your coin. Never rub it with a cloth, and never store it in a humid or dusty environment. Use a coin flip capsule or album to protect the mint luster. Many uncirculated coins lose value simply because of improper storage. Even small scratches or fingerprints can downgrade it from MS66 to MS63 instantly. Protecting your coin ensures you preserve maximum collector value in case you decide to grade or sell it. Now let's talk about whether you should grade it. Grading is usually recommended only if the coin appears to be MS66 or higher. Lower grades do not justify the grading fee. Look for full luster, no obvious spots, sharp edges, clean fields, and no contact marks. If your coin looks unusually sharp and reflective, then grading might be a solid investment, especially since high-grade 1981 P dimes can bring in strong auction results. The grading decision depends on careful inspection and confidence in its condition. Before we wrap up, if you enjoy deep dive videos exactly like this one covering genuine coin values, history, minting details, rare errors, and expert collector tips, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Hit the bell icon so you never miss another breakdown of coins worth big money hidden in everyday collections with around mint level detail in every video we bring you. Authentic numismatic information, not myths or exaggerated prices. Your support helps this channel grow, and it lets us keep producing long research-packed videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more rare and valuable coin discoveries. Next up, the Roosevelt dime design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction in 1946, honoring the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, whose leadership during the Great Depression and World War II left a permanent mark on U.S. history. By 1989, the U.S. Mint had mastered high-speed production of clad coins, but even then not all examples came out flawless. Uncirculated coins from this year are appreciated because they represent a crisp, clean version of Roosevelt's portrait with sharp details in the hair, jawline, and lettering. The 1989 P dime shows the mint's modern craftsmanship, but also the imperfections that collectors hunt for, such as die polish lines, weak strikes, die deterioration, and mint anomalies. These factors all play into the grading and value of your coin. The obverse of the 1989 P dime features the familiar portrait of Franklin Roosevelt facing left with the inscriptions "Liberty, in God we trust," the date 1989, and the P mint mark indicating Philadelphia. In uncirculated condition, the fields should remain shiny and reflective with minimal contact marks and full brilliance. The reverse continues. The classic design with the torch of liberty in the center, flanked by the olive branch of peace and the oak branch of strength. When uncirculated, the leaves, flames, and lettering should all appear sharp with no flattening or wear. Collectors look closely at the flame lines, branch tips, and torch handle to determine true uncirculated quality. Now let's dive into mintage numbers, which play a huge role in understanding rarity. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 1 billion Roosevelt dimes in 1989, making this one of the higher production years in the modern series. But high mintage does not automatically mean abundant uncirculated survivors. Most dimes from this era were immediately released into circulation and used heavily in daily commerce. Very few were saved fresh from mint rolls or mint sets, and even fewer remained untouched for over 35 years. That's why finding a bright, flashy, uncirculated 1989 P dime today is a real treat for collectors of modern US coinage. A normal circulated 1989 P dime is worth just face value 10 cents. But but your coin is in uncirculated condition, which can dramatically increase its worth in raw, uncirculated form, not graded. These coins typically sell for $1.50 to $4 depending on the luster, strike quality, and visual appeal, but certified examples graded by PCGS or NGC can command significantly higher prices. In MS65 are common but attractive grade, the coin may sell for $10 to $18. In MS66, the value jumps to $20 to $35. The real prize is MS67, a condition that is genuinely scarce, for 1989 P dimes. These top grade examples can reach $80 to $150 and exceptional MS68 examples, though extremely rare, have sold for over $250 in premium auctions. Collectors also appreciate this coin because there are several interesting die varieties. From the late 1980s, some coins show die cracks, die chips, or filled-in lettering that occurred when mint dies started to wear. Others present light-off center strikes or weak torch details caused by uneven pressure during minting. While your coin does not need an error to be valuable, the combination of error plus uncirculated condition can make certain examples even more desirable. It's not uncommon for collectors to pay double or triple the value for a crisp error-free or error-enhanced uncirculated 1989 P dime. Another reason this coin sees growing interest is because collectors are building complete modern Roosevelt dime sets in uncirculated condition. These modern era coins were once ignored, but the trend has shifted, especially as older uncirculated rolls dry up and high-grade survivors become harder to locate. Coins from the late 1980s and early 1990s were notoriously prone to weak strikes and contact marks in mint rolls, so finding a clean 1989 P dime with blazing luster and minimal abrasions can be more challenging than people realize. This surge in collector demand has strengthened the market value for high-quality examples. If you own an uncirculated example, storage is extremely important. Never clean your coin, never polish it, and never wipe it with cloth or tissue. These actions create micro scratches that lower the grade instantly. Instead, store it in a coin flip, an airtight capsule, or a high-quality album so it remains protected from dust, air, moisture, and fingerprints. The difference between MS65 and MS67 often comes down to whether the coin was stored correctly. 4 decades proper preservation can protect both its condition and value. So the big question: should you grade it? Grading is only recommended if your coin exhibits blazing luster, minimal contact marks, and excellent strike quality. If it looks like an MS66 or MS67 candidate, it may be worth sending to, especially since high-grade modern dimes are gaining popularity in the numismatic market. But if it appears lower, like MS63 or MS64, the grading cost may exceed the coin's resale value. Inspect your coin under bright light. Look for scratches in the fields. Examine the torch details and compare it to online examples of known high-grade coins. Before we end this deep dive, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you love detailed videos about rare coins, modern coins, US minting history, coin errors, and real collector values, not exaggerated prices. With every upload, we deliver mint-level analysis, long educational breakdowns, and honest price evaluations to help collectors understand what their coins are truly worth. Your support helps the channel grow and allows us to produce more long, research-packed videos like this one, so hit the like button, subscribe now, and ring the bell icon for all upcoming treasure hunting content. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more rare and valuable coin discoveries next up. Let's begin with the basics. The 1995 Roosevelt Dime P Mint mark was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the largest production mints in the world. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel clad alloy, weighs 2.27 grams, and features the classic Roosevelt Portrait first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt's fight against polio. More than 1.1 billion dimes were produced in 1995, making the date widely available. Even today, however, collectors know that condition strike quality, and era varieties are the real keys to value, not just mintage numbers. In fine condition, which means light wear on, the high points of Roosevelt's hair and face, but with all major details still visible, the 1995 P dime remains a very affordable collector piece. The current value in fine condition is typically 10 cents to 20 cents USD, depending on eye appeal and whether the coin shows attractive original toning. While the base value is small, many collectors still keep this coin because it is a necessary part of a full Roosevelt dime date and mint mark set. Completing the set from 1946 to present requires dedication, and the 1995 P remains a staple in that journey. But what makes this coin especially interesting for collectors is not just the regular strike, but the era varieties that accompany it. The 1990s Philadelphia mint had occasional die issues leading to double die obverse die cracks, misaligned dies off center, strikes, and broad struck dimes. Any of these errors appearing on a 1995 P dime can boost value significantly. For example, a simple die crack across the torch or lettering might bring $5 to $15, while a strong off-center strike with at least 10% missing design can sell for $40 to $150 depending on severity. This is why searching pocket change or old coin rolls can still be exciting today. Even though the fine condition coin itself is not rare, collectors value the consistency of the 1995 P dime strike. Many circulation strikes from this period show strong rims and clean edges, making them reliable examples for beginners learning how to grade US clad coinage. Because the Roosevelt Dime series is still ongoing and is one of the easiest sets to assemble, many new collectors start with dates like 1995. This boosts long-term interest and gives the coin a steady place in the hobby. The market for Roosevelt Dimes has been surprisingly active thanks to the surge in everyday collectors who watch like this one. People enjoy searching coin rolls, going through inherited coin jars, and learning which modern coins are worth keeping. The 1995 P dime often becomes one of the first identified date and mint mark coins that viewers find, which builds a personal connection to the hobby. Though its value is low in fine condition, the coin becomes more meaningful as collectors understand its role in US mint history. Now let's talk about higher grade examples briefly so you understand the full context. While fine condition is only worth a few cents, uncirculated examples can jump to $1 to $3, and high-end mint state coins graded MS-67 or MS-68 can reach $50 to $200 at auction. These are extremely difficult to find because modern dimes often suffer from contact marks during machine counting and bagging, so even though billions were minted, very few remain in perfect condition. This explains why top-graded examples can be valuable despite the massive mintage. Collectors also love the 1995 P dime because it belongs to the pre-2000 era of American coinage. These were the last years before computer-aided die engraving and automated quality control dramatically improved precision at the mint. That means the 1990s, including 1995, are full of slight imperfections and error possibilities when presenting this on. It's important to show viewers the actual details, to look for doubling on iron god. We trust rim cuds, clipped planches, and rotation errors. Teaching these features keeps your subscribers engaged and helps your channel grow. In your video, emphasize the storytelling aspect from Roosevelt's legacy to the evolution of the dime's design, and from Philadelphia mint production to era hunting excitement. People do not just watch for prices, they stay for the story, the learning, and the chance of finding something valuable in everyday change. That's why your mint details per video. Formula works so well you help viewers understand the coin's historical visual and market significance all in one place. And finally wrap up your video by summarizing the coin's value. The 1995p Roosevelt dime in fine condition is worth about 10 to 20 cents, but its true worth comes from its place in US coin collecting, its long history, and its potential for valuable mint errors. Encourage viewers to check their change, search coin rolls and learn the basics of grading. Then invite them to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications reminding them that your channel delivers deep educational and exciting coin content every week, including guides on modern rarities, era coins and hidden treasures. Your viewers will love the energy, the detail, and the professional breakdown of every coin you cover. Next up, the Roosevelt Dime series began back in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing, and since then the design has become one of the most iconic pieces of American circulating coinage. By 1996, the US Mint had already produced billions of dimes over the decades, yet each year brings its own details, varieties, and sometimes even errors. The 1996 P dime belongs to the modern clad era, composed of a copper-nickel alloy that gives the coin its bright silver appearance, and although millions were minted, factors like condition, die quality, and minting strikes can still impact the collectible value. Now, when we talk about fine condition, we are referring to a circulated grade where most major design elements are still visible, though some smoothness and wear appear on the high points of Roosevelt's hair face and the torch. On the reverse, fine condition coins are the kind you typically find in old jars, pocket change, inherited coin collections, or bags of mixed world and US currency. While not as valuable as uncirculated or mint state examples, they still have educational and collector interest due to their age and connection to a specific era in US minting history. The Philadelphia Mint, which struck the 1996p dime, is known for its extremely high mintage numbers, meaning the coin was produced in large quantities for everyday use. This explains why the basic value in fine condition remains close to face value, usually around 10 to 20 cents depending on demand. But the real interest among collectors often comes from varieties like full torch strikes, higher grade mint state examples, and special die errors that can significantly raise the value. We will talk more about that in upcoming videos, so make sure you are subscribed. Just even though the fine grade 1996p dime is not considered a rare treasure, the beauty of coin collecting is that every piece has its place. Some collectors specialize in completing full Roosevelt dime sets by year and mint marks, so even lower value coins contribute to a complete timeline of American minting. Many beginners start exactly with coins like these because they are easy to find, inexpensive to obtain, and help build a strong understanding of grading and mint history before moving on to higher value silver and era pieces. Let's talk about market value. In today's numismatic market in fine condition, 1996p Roosevelt dime typically trades for face value, but dealers, collectors, and coin shows may offer a slightly higher amount when buying in bulk or looking for specific aesthetic qualities in high mint state grades. However, the value can rise up to several dollars depending on the sharpness of the strike and whether the coin displays the desirable full torch designation. Remember, those high grade coins are the ones that command premiums, not the circulated versions. One of the most interesting aspects of this coin is its role in the modern circulation system of the United States. The 1990s were a period of technological growth, and the US Mint was refining its machinery and production techniques. As a result, dimes from this era usually have very consistent quality. However, slight variations in die wear, planchet preparation, and striking pressure still contribute to subtle Differences between individual coins, making each example unique in its own small way. Collectors often underestimate the importance of studying everyday coins like the 1996p dime but doing so lays the foundation for identifying valuable errors such as doubled dies off center, strikes or die cracks, which can appear on any year. The more familiar you become with regular coins, the easier it becomes to spot irregular ones that may be worth significantly more. The journey always begins with learning the basics and examining coins just like this one. If you are building a collection, storing your coins properly is crucial. Even circulated pieces should be kept in protective flips, folders, or albums to prevent further wear. Avoid touching the coin's surface with bare fingers, as oils can leave long-term damage. Labeling each coin by year, mint, mark, and grade helps you organize your collection and track your progress. Even common coins become meaningful when curated with care and knowledge. And finally, thank you for watching this deep dive look into the 1996p Roosevelt 1 dime in fine condition. If you enjoy learning about coin values, mint histories, rare errors, and the hidden treasures you can find in everyday change, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications so you never miss our latest uploads. Your support helps us continue bringing high quality educational content for collectors all around the world. Drop a comment below if you have this coin in your collection or want to request another coin value video. Your suggestion might be featured next.